Well, this is deafening silence. I may regret what I said in that retweet of your tweet, Brit, but we'll see how that works.
Didn't see it, so don't know.
If you see it, you might suddenly be like, ooh, this is interesting. It benefits you if it goes the way I said it. All right. So, you guys, in the space between last session and now, have traveled the rest of the way from the Nightmare Spooky Tower and the Big Burb, making it the rest of the way to the Oracle's Island sanctuary thing. We will say you're about 20 minutes off of the coast at this point. You can make a decision on how you want to enter the port and all that. Thankfully, Del was able to detect magic and realize that both Hyacinth and DFA had memory problems. Using a scroll they burned up to fix DFA, fixing what would have been a utterly devastating scenario regarding Agamedes. Unfortunately, they only had one scroll, so they weren't able to cure Hyacinth, and Hyacinth has no fucking clue what they forgot. What they didn't... No, wait, did they? No, okay, no, they didn't do that, so we won't talk about that. But as they arrive, hopefully the plan is to fix Hyacinth's memory problems before it is too late or anything comes awry. You guys arrive, we'll say, early morning, when the robotic navigator awakens most of you, saying that you will be hitting shore soon, giving you just the right amount of time to ready yourselves and prepare for the day. Elric, you were already up because you were on watch duty, so you got to enjoy the sunrise, you got to enjoy the nice coastal breeze. You had breakfast already with 83N, and he is quite a good cook, you've learned. Though you don't trust him with open fires. Other than that, the rest of you get to wake up however you choose. Who would be up early versus not?
Probably DFA.
All right. How does DFA start her morning, knowing that you're arriving to shore?
Well, I would wake Agamedes up because I assume he would wake me up first, actually. I'm assuming he operates under, like, rooster rules.
Yeah, I could allow that.
So she'd probably have to find some food and, like, shove it down his throat to keep him quiet. And then she'd wake Mogzio up.
The poor captain can't get a break. Okay. Agamedes has been fed.
She's going to... is Mogzio asleep right now?
I mean, you just woke me up, so.
Okay, she's gonna wake you up by, like, jumping on top of you and getting, like, within 2 inches of your face and saying, "Ahoy, ahoy, Captain! Wake up! Let's go!"
Ahoy, ahoy.
Aren't you supposed to be up on the top deck?
Probably.
She's gonna hand you your coat and say, "Let's go."
I get the feeling 2 weeks of this is driving Mogzio to drink.
I just kind of roll, and as I roll across the bed, I roll into my trench coat and just fall onto the floor. And then make my way up top.
I would say at this point, it's become such a required skill. You flawlessly can do that rolling out of the bed into the coat and onto the floor. No acrobatics involved. All right, so that you two are up and about. Is Hyacinth or Corey up yet, or are you two sleeping in?
I was on mute. Corey is probably gonna sleep in just a little bit.
Okay.
Hyacinth was up.
Doing?
Trying to find a way to secure that candle that the flame hasn't gone out, and trying to brainstorm ways to make sure it doesn't accidentally burn down their ship.
We could say that in the week you guys spent traveling, you and Victoria would have found you're no closer understanding how the flame works, but she has given you a container of sorts to keep it in to prevent it from accidentally causing a fire.
Have we figured out if it can go into the bag of holding without going out?
It has not been tried, though only because Victoria openly admits that with the bag of holding being what it is, she does not feel quite comfortable testing it without a backup in case it goes bad.
Okay, then if we have already sorted that out, then
Victoria feels ruining DFA's bag of holding.
Yeah, I'm going to say that Hyacinth is probably just spending their morning looking over their many books of alchemy nonsense and trying to decide which one to bother Victoria with before they get off the ship.
Okay. So Corey is still sleeping in. We will say that Dell has spent their morning on deck, sitting against the main mast, and surprisingly not playing with the orb. This time they were actually sketching some birds they saw flying along the side of the ship.
Oh.
They've been very quiet and trying to busy themselves while staying out of the way.
Does Dell draw on paper like a printer?
Yeah, even with the noise, and then you hear the old '90s printer noises. Oh god!
Does Dell write like a typewriter?
I'm gonna roll for that, and hopefully Icarus won't hate me for what the dice say.
Autopilot Dell. We can make these autopilot Dell facts.
Yeah, some of them though we're gonna immediately retcon if they're bad. While you don't hear the ding upon reaching the end of a line, you do faintly hear almost like the mechanical keyboard sound of their finger joints moving. So we'll meet you halfway with the half typewriter but no ding. OBS hiccuped on me. Let's see. So, Elric, how was your morning watch, though?
I mean, I don't know. Nothing happened, right? So
No,
good.
What would you say that Elric did in the morning before everyone else woke up? How was there?
He's probably just enjoying the view.
Okay.
The more, like you said, the sea breeze and the sunrise, just enjoying it, taking it in, and having a good meal.
Okay. No writing letters to home or anything?
Yeah, you know what? That makes sense. Probably be doing that when we get to shore.
Okay. Fair enough. By this time, because, went around the thing, you'll notice that Magzio is gingerly walking out of his room, followed by a very, very more awake DFA.
She would have shot past him.
Clearly indicating that it is time everyone else was getting up, so you are like, okay, you can either go take a break for the morning, or you can stay up and take a short rest later, as you do, because, elves and half-elves don't need to actually sleep a full night.
Yeah, I'll take a short rest later.
Okay. The morning is yours while you guys prepare to make land and decide where you're going to go about your day.
Morning, Captain.
Good morning.
How'd you sleep?
I slept okay. How was the watch?
Relatively normal. Nothing going on.
Well, no news is good news. Did they say that here?
I think they do.
They do now, if they didn't before.
They do now, yeah.
It'll catch on quick.
As you finish your discussion with, well, not so much finish your discussion, but get into the swing of things, you are approached, and your favorite turtle man mentions that it is up to you if you wish to make port like a good, honest captain would with a ship that he truly owns, or you could stop off on another part of the island, just offshore. You guys can be led ashore, and they will keep a safe distance so that not to draw too much attention in case word of your acquired transport has reached the island before we.
Maybe the latter is the best, but until we rebrand.
Very good, Captain. I'll take her to a nice quiet cove. Let you guys go ashore at your leisure.
When are we going to work on that, by the way?
We can do so while you're on the island. Me, myself, Victoria, and 83N can work on it. Do you have anything specific we should be doing for this rebrand?
I guess if there are any what you would consider defining features, maybe change them slightly. And
I would say the first thing would be the name. That's the most noticeable. Do you have something in mind?
for now, just take the old name off.
I only asked. I thought I heard mention of something about what did I hear the other Moogle say? Fuck deck.
That's a preposterous name.
I love it.
Maybe we'll have a vote.
Faintly from somewhere on the ship, you don't know where, you just hear, "Fuck deck!"
If I have to suffer with it, I'll make Mogzio suffer with me.
So I have some thoughts, but perhaps it's best that we decide on it as a group. Maybe consider it a bonding exercise.
Very good, Captain. When you all come up with an idea, just let me know. We'll get around to it. And,
Sounds good for now.
Very good. He goes back up to the helm and starts taking the ship a little off course where you would normally go towards the port. And you guys start seeing, because it is a clear sunny day. Gotta love those Mediterranean climates. You can see a cove on the northern side of the island. A lighthouse is to the western part of the island, and there's the cove is right to the east of that, so you guys can enjoy a lovely view of the ocean, the beach, and all that good happy horse shit once you hit land. That being said, because the Mediterranean climate is warm as it should be, without the humidity or any of the god-awful bad stuff. You don't need your fancy coats.
We just had a warm weather episode or two. It's fine.
Yeah. Just gotta enjoy the beach. Well, this is almost a beach episode. You're good. You might get a full one.
This is Costa del Sol all over again.
What does Corey swim in?
Wait, did you say what is
Can Corey swim?
Do you have the swim skill?
Maybe.
Let's say, yeah, like there is a swim skill.
My first question was, what does she wear to swim? And then I was like, can she even do that?
She can do whatever her heart desires. The dice, though, made
Oh,
say
heck yeah,
otherwise.
she can.
Okay, then. If there is nothing the party wishes to do before you guys make land, we can, for brevity's sake, move right to the departure to the island itself. But if there's things you guys want to do before you get ready, now would be the time.
Nothing for me.
I don't think I have anything.
I'll get up and eat, I guess.
Okay.
Same.
Those of you who look for food are able to find a lovely plate of eggs, bacon, some homemade from scratch waffles and or pancakes, depending on your mood, fresh toast, and what could only be described as I'm gonna say them wrong. It's gonna offend somebody. Macaroon like pastries to go with your food. I know some people say
Macaron.
see, as I say, some people say macaroon, some say macaron, so I'm gonna go with whatever doesn't offend everyone.
Macaroon is also correct, technically.
I'm gonna eat a little bit of all of that.
Okay. Oh, also DFA, the stuff you gave Egamedes were the geisha greens. So Egamedes shall be good for the whole day, unless someone decides to fall for the trap. That is, I wasn't fed.
He's a growing boy. He deserves to eat whenever he wants, so he can be big and strong, and I can put a saddle on him.
You did, in fact, steal a saddle, so
I didn't bring it
Yeah.
with me. I specifically said I set it down, and I never said I picked it back up.
You did. You're
so
right.
It is gone.
You are correct. You didn't say you picked it back up. I completely forgot you said you set it down. Shit. Okay. But yeah, for brevity's sake, the morning goes all well. The ship makes land, and Victoria helps as you guys lower one of the away boats down to the water and rows you guys ashore, and says she will be hanging out in the area, ready to take you guys back whenever you are ready. But at sundown, she'll go back to the ship so she can help out with anything that is needed to be done. But the day is yours once you head into town and do what you wish. She also says, as a warning, doesn't know what you guys know, this place is sacred ground, so it might be good to not go picking fights. No matter what. At least in town.
I don't know what you're implying, but okay.
I don't think we pick fights. Usually.
I feel like we're being profiled.
Her reasoning was during the week travel, she had talked to you all, she had gotten to know you, and she does know that you guys are looking for Geayl. And there was some mention of the Mind Flayer fight. And she kind of put together, oh, there could be problems. Hopefully there won't, but there could be.
Does she mention Geayl when she says this?
No, she's very careful to not be anything specific. Just
okay.
She's doing the whole like, be good, make good choices, don't do anything that, we would do, like steal a ship without telling anyone.
Why would you steal a ship without telling anyone?
I don't know.
It was like strange behavior.
This strange behavior. Who would do such a thing?
Well, anyway.
For those who are curious, the town you guys are heading towards is called Traguna. Some of you take notes. It's a fairly large community. The Joys have housing in Oracle and all. Got 3 different districts: a comfortable, like lower to middle class area, a not poor district, but more like a transient district where like temporary stay is for people, and then a wealthier district for the priests, the priestesses, anyone of import that does stay and live there, or the merchants. The temple itself is in the middle of the sanctuary town, and the whole thing is nestled in the hills next to a large mountain, so when the sun rises, it has a nice shadowing. When it sets, you have a perfect view of the sun hitting the town. You guys can either enter through the horror district or the middle class district. Is your choice.
I feel like the transient district sucks because you see a lot of strangers there. Usually, I would expect, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
Any other input from DFA or Corey?
No.
I had to ask because you didn't mention. Are you bringing Egamedes or is Egamedes on the boat?
We would not trust to leave him now that he's out on a boat.
Okay.
Water's dangerous.
This is why I ask questions. So you brought Egamedes, okay?
His faith. Forget him. You could forget him to his faith.
Gotta make sure of these things. Or was any input from you?
I'm down for whatever.
Okay. The district you guys are entering is called Nyun Road, like Nyuen. Upon entering it, it smells constantly like fresh baked breads, and the rustic smell of a cabin is everywhere. A very homey scent, which for some may be surprising because it is the transient area. What would you guys like to do in this area before? Well, now that you've arrived.
That bread smells good.
I was waiting for someone to be like, food.
Food.
I just ate, but you know, I'm
Bread.
6'8".
You're growing Roegadyn.
Exactly.
I don't know when they mature. Your guess is as good as mine.
I think Elric was technically the only one to have breakfast. At least narratively.
No, Corey and Hyacinth said they had food before they left.
Oh, I
Well, in the port
might eat
district,
again.
yeah. If anyone is curious, there are a few shops if you want to check those out while you're meandering, or you can just make your way through there straight for the center part, where is the temple and the wealthier part. That is up to you. As it is still mid-morning or so, this part of the town is a little busy. Not really much foot traffic, but more the people who stay there are awake. They're beginning their day. A few of them take notice of you. Specifically, a bunch of kids actually run up to DFA upon seeing Egamedes and start clamoring, asking a billion questions like, where'd you get the chocobo? Oh my god, is that a real chocobo? Oh my god, can we pet it? What's his name?
She's going to brandish her halberd.
God. Are you going to intimidate the children?
She's going to swing it in like an arc to try and get them to back up.
Roll an intimidation for the children. What did I say about making faux pas in the sacred ground?
Immediately.
I literally just pictured it, and then she did it.
You two are definitely married.
Yeah. I thought she was going to be like, hey, stay back.
27.
Oh no.
5 of the children immediately run. 2 remain and go, you gotta help! You're a dragoon! You've just made these 2 remaining ones more excited. And they are now asking if you've met a dragon. Do you know how to fly a dragon? And have you ever, fought a dragon? Is the chocobo meant to be your mighty steed as you fight dragons and protect people? You've just made fans.
She's going to swing it again.
Oh god, roll another intimidation. EFA making fans everywhere she goes.
It's okay, it was a nat 1.
One of the kids is very daring and is able to see you try it swinging again. I'm going to really regret doing this. They try to... One ducks successfully to avoid being hit. The other one, somehow, to your amazement, catches it and rides it like a swing. and is totally excited by this, thinking you're playing a game. Are you okay with this?
I don't see what I can do about it.
Oh, it's more like is DFA like angered that the children are not terrified of you?
I don't think she wants them to be terrified of her. I think she just wants them to back the fuck up.
That's fair. After you stop, brandishing, the child does let go, and they giggle to each other and rush off, clamoring about how they saw a wicked cool dragoon. They didn't know Moogles could do that. Welcome to a transient town where kids have no fear. Is this a fresh break bread and some Corey wishes to find some bread. You guys will, while you guys are looking for the source of the baked bread, everyone else can do what they wish as they continue down the district.
Is there any like street food vendors anywhere?
Roll up perception.
Right.
Because obviously, clearly you smell stuff, but it doesn't mean you can see anything.
I got an 18.
You don't see vendors. You see more the those shops that are like the pop-up ones.
Mm-hmm.
Where at night they take everything down and it's just where they live, but during the day it becomes their shop and everything's open so that people can just look in and pick what they want.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna peek in one, see what they got.
All right. Roll me a d20. See what type of place you find.
11. Mm-hmm.
You have found pop-up candy shop.
Perfect.
Like homemade candies, freshly made daily.
I will ask what like the prices of some of the stuff. Like what kind of candies?
The guy who is close to you making some ribbon candies says, depending on what you want, depends the price. The more you want can be negotiated. All of it's made to order, so deals can be made and suggestions are taken.
What's popular here?
This is an older guy. Clearly, this is like a family thing they've been doing for God knows how long, because he's not even looking at the candy while he's like making the ribbon stuff. You see his hands are moving a mile a minute, and again, not even paying attention. He knows exactly what he's doing. He reaches down, takes a blade, starts cutting it up. Not even looking, staring at you, holding the conversation like a gentleman. He goes, well, the adults seem to like the more savory sweets, or the chocolates. The kids, though, like the lollipops.
Let me get 3 savory treats and 3 sweets.
All right. Do you have a preference? Do you have a preference to flavor for your savories?
You know what? The chocolates. You had me at the chocolates.
Okay. Again, because he's a businessman, do you want dark chocolate? Do you want white chocolate? Do you want milk chocolate? Do you want
I'll have one dark, one white, and milk.
All right, one of each. Very good, sir. Very good. Look, he looks over the counter. What about the rest of you fine folks? Anything for the rest of you?
Also need 3 more lollipops.
He's bagging up the chocolates as he asks the others.
Yeah.
The lollipops, he stops and looks at you guys and goes, "You guys aren't from around here, are you?"
Is he asking specifically? Like all of us?
It's just a general, whichever you answer.
Nope.
Hmm. Looking mighty like a group who sees some action, adventure.
From time to time.
That's just the treats for you guys.
Oh.
Goes in back, comes back with a box. On the front of it, it's very simple box. He opens it and you see individually wrapped lollies. And on the top of the box it says "Life, Love, Lollipops."
Oh.
And he puts the box in front of you and goes, "These here, special." And they'll put a little kick in your step every time you have one.
How much are those?
Box alone is 50 Geayl. You want more, we can make an arrangement.
How many are in the box?
The box he brought you has 25.
I'll take a box.
Okay. The chocolates will be 15 Geayl.
Alright, so 65 Geayl.
Yep.
Alright.
Before he hands it to you, he sees DFA. Are you with Elric during all this?
No, I'm probably still outside.
Oh, okay. And he looks at you, Elric, and goes, "Just so you know, it takes you about 10 minutes to consume one of these babies.
Oh.
These are the big lollipops.
Okay.
They are strawberry and cinnamon flavored.
Ooh. Savory.
When you finish one, I'm doing mechanically explaining so that way you don't have to ask me later. You gain 3dx plus your con modifier of temporary HP until you do a long rest.
Wait, 3dx plus your con modifier?
3d6.
3d6 plus con of what?
Of temporary HP.
Okay, so your next rest.
To your next long rest, or until you lose
Long
the
rest.
points.
Got it.
Yeah, I will send you an image of it so you can have it on save.
Cool.
He's like, "Now remember, these things don't multiply. It only works once, so just be careful with these."
Mm-hmm. You said there was 20 in them?
25 in the box.
Got it. Cool.
And then he takes the Geayl from you and he goes, "Now, what brings you to town?"
Captain.
Hmm?
And I'm looking at Moxie like, Captain. You want to answer that?
Moxie will go.
You never put the captain on the spot. How dare you?
Hyacinth?
Oh my god, we're playing Pass the Buck. Who's gonna have the reason why we're in town? Does Hyacinth want to explain why you guys are in town?
Hyacinth is going to look between Elric and Moxio, because they were just looking at the different suites. Trying to figure out if they wanted to get anything. And their ears are kind of like going like to the side, questioning, and looks between them and it's like, "Aren't we here to meet somebody?"
I think so.
Is that why we're
Yeah,
here?
I think that's why we're here.
You don't seem so sure about your path in life. You told us to see the Oracle. Get you right on track again. Tells you exactly what
I
you
don't
need
think
to hear.
you. I thought that's the fun about life, is not knowing where you're going to end up.
Oh, she won't tell you where you're going. Well, where you're gonna go. She'll just tell you what road you should take. Just last week, she told me that I should start investing more and more into those, what are they called? They're candies for the bird things. Who cares? I forget the name of them. But the point is, those giant mounted bird things, love them. Personally, I haven't done it yet, but I haven't really seen anyone with the birds to actually justify buying them.
How's that been working out for you?
Well, I still got my shop. We live in a very, very public thoroughfare area, and kids love candy, and parents love their kids being quiet, so they give the kids all the Geayl, buy the candy to shut them up. These parents are putting my kids through college.
It's nice. That's
college?
very helpful.
What was that, Moxio?
I said, what college?
What are they going to major in?
Well, little Emily is going for economics. She's a bit of a snob with that one. She always finds a way to make sure I pay my taxes. Little James, though, he's going to be a woodworker. Can't keep his hands away from those chisels. Always making toys. Didn't think I had something ready for you, did you?
What race is this gentleman?
Wait, what?
I said, what race is this gentleman?
He's a human. He is, I want to say, like mid-60s, wearing a auburn vest and like gold capri style pants, and he has a very, very bushy mustache and wild, crazy eyebrows.
You have to go to college to make toys?
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Okay.
It's not so much to make the toys, more to learn the trade. A lot. He's always had the talent, but he wants to go to refine it, to get the mastery of it. I think he just wants to go meet girls from other places.
I think if he just traveled, he could do that.
His mother wouldn't let him. She believes school. Travel, no. Is what you call one of those, she's clingy, as the kids would say.
Mothers are clingy with their male children?
He just gives you a look like, would they not be? Also, has DFA noticed that Elric has been handed a box of lollipops?
No, she actually has taken no notice of her surroundings whatsoever. She just saw that everybody was engaging in conversation and walked over.
Oh, okay. Only because with it being sweets, I wasn't sure if DFA was like, can I break this shopkeeper too?
Well, while he's discussing that, Alec's gonna go and give everyone. Well, Corey's gonna get 5 of them, but everyone else will get 4 of the lollipops. Just because I feel like she probably has the
Woohoo.
best con modifier, so it's probably gonna get the best bump out of that extra one. And I'll hold the other 4.
Well,
for
I'm
now.
doing math.
Just 25, right?
Yeah.
So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 for 5, and then an extra 5.
No, I was just like, wait a minute. There should be one left. Then I know. Okay, forgot.
No, the one extra is for Corey.
No, I was doing math, looking at the Discord. So I'm like, wait, how? I forgot. Dell would be the extra 4. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, Dell's the extra 4
okay,
when I give them to the Dell.
When I count Dell, it made sense. But I'm like, wait.
Yeah. Right now I have 8, and I'll give them to Dell later.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. We're good. Yeah. Don't make me do more math than I have to.
I already did it.
I had to check your math. Anyway, yeah, everyone was okay. Then everyone but Corey gets 4 lollipops. If you want, put in the chat what the thing is so they can keep it in their notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed the beginning part of that.
Long story short, the lollipop gives you more HP.
Ooh.
Takes 10 minutes to consume though.
And you can only eat 1 per rest.
Yeah, they do not. They don't stack.
I'll put that in. Where should I put
The
that?
DFA now has gum and lollipops
character.
that help with the stats. I would say that would go under like in character.
In character. Yeah. Backlog.
Ugh.
There you go. Image.
But yeah, the guy does encourage you guys to check out the Oracle if you seem confused about what you're doing. He doesn't seem to pry, though, about the fact that you guys kind of just passed the buck to Hyacinth on what you guys are doing here. Seems a little too chippy on his own. Though he will ask if you're staying in town or if you have your own place.
I don't think we know yet, do we?
Nope.
Eisen's gonna look at everybody else.
Sure don't.
Well,
Is there a place you'd recommend we stay?
well, there are two places in town. We got the Silver Bow and Carmen's Hearth. Well, the Silver Bow is a bit more pricey. It's closer to the temple and all. But, they treat you like royalty. The Carmen's Hearth, though, ooh. She is a lovely hostess, and you never leave disappointed. So either way, it's a good choice. It's just a matter of how much Geayl you want to drop while you're here.
I feel like this Carmen person sounds nice.
Is that Karma or Carmen?
Carmen, not to be confused with San Diego.
Ah,
Her name is Carmen Gilmore.
Of course it is.
Hey, thank generators. I didn't pick these names. You expect me to do my own work when it comes to naming things? I'll come up with everything but the names. But no, both places are good, and the rates are fair. The Carmen's Hearth, though, and he points up a bit towards the more middle-class district, and he's like, keep following this road for about 10-15 minutes. You'll see the tavern. Can't miss it. You'll know because the smell. That's not a bad thing. It's a good thing.
I was just gonna ask that.
Her tavern always smells like fresh cut grass. Because she's a gardener of sorts. And her behind the place, her vegetable garden is always being tended to, so you always smell that sweet smell in the morning.
This sounds like euphemisms for a certain type of establishment. You realize that, right?
Are you asking off table or on table?
Both.
Did not know that off table. And on table, the guy just looks at you like, huh. Yes, it does. Never really put it that way. Huh. I'm just following
She's
my
going
notes.
to put 10 Geayl up, and she's going to say, what can I get for this?
Looks at the Geayl, bites it to make sure it's real. Are you more of a sweet or a savory fan?
Sweet.
He ducks down and pulls up an eclair the size of DFA's head.
He's going to ask, do you have any Kupo nuts?
Do you like them normal or do you like them with added flavoring?
You can add flavoring to it?
If you would like, I can add chocolate, I can add jelly and jam.
He's going to say, no. No, these are too many choices, and she's going to take the money back out of his hand and walk away.
Gonna look to you guys and be like, should I just give one of each and just call it a day? She seems the
probably.
type. She seems the type to wish she'd made a choice, but couldn't in the moment. He does give a bag of let's say like half a foot tall bag of Kupo nuts, just plain as they are, and he looks to Elric. That's 2 Geayl.
Sure. Here.
How many exactly is that?
How many Kupo nuts?
Yep.
That bag right there is about 250.
Okay. 250 Kupo nuts?
I know a guy.
Jesus.
He must be a great guy.
He knows a lot of things that I just don't like to ask questions about. Specifically about Moogles.
Noted.
Yeah.
Sense motive?
Okay, you can roll sense motive.
I'll luck it, because why not?
For the record, if anyone is trying to like put together, the guy is very reminiscent of the shopkeeper from Avatar, when that village where the guy does every shop.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of like, that's how like not weird he is, but just like he's friendly.
21.
He notices that now he's noticing because before you had the hat and the coat, so he didn't like really see you. He notices you're in Moogle. He's like, oh, kind of look like my friend. Moogle and all. He likes to wear vests, not coats. Maybe you know him.
Probably not. If he wears a vest, I probably don't know him.
Seeing as you seem to be well traveled, you don't know how many of you guys encountered each other out in the wild.
Yeah, hence the coat. The vests, they don't travel out that much.
Fair enough. Yeah, he only comes by like once a season. When he does, he's always quite in a hurry to leave once he's done his business.
I would imagine so.
Yes. Something about having to get back to the woods. It's a hell of a card player, though.
Do you know whereabouts he comes from?
I believe it's out east, somewhere in the Empire.
And he needs to get back to the woods and the Empire?
There are woods out in the Empire. There's woods everywhere that isn't a desert.
Maybe my knowledge local will come in handy.
Okay, go for it.
I'm gonna roll just in case, and I'll throw out my line of reasoning.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm actually curious to see where this goes.
I rolled like crap. That's a 10. I was thinking if he's coming from the Empire, and he just handed probably around 10,000 Geayl of Kupo nuts to DFA for free, but they're probably the Empire's nuts.
They're probably what now?
Like they were stolen.
Okay.
He does give you a look, and he's like, "Are you asking him this, or are you just like?"
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
I would not mention how much they're worth.
I was about to say, like, DC wise, yeah, you'd pass. You would know that the Empire would be very, very tightly watching any kind of like export. I can speak. And as you said, these things are extremely valuable, and this man's giving them away for free, more or less. It does.
I think it's also like a kind of. I'm trying to come up with a word. It's a very tight market because they're only really worth that much to Moogles.
That's what I'm saying. Like, these are things that wouldn't be like, oh yeah, I totally would have these like at any shop. So it's like there's either a smuggling thing going on or like a behind the scenes deal that involves the Kupo nuts as some kind of intermediary.
Okay.
Especially if they're coming from the Empire.
Okay.
But no, the DC pass, you have enough wherewithal to be like, wait a minute. That's a little suspicious.
All right. Well, I'd probably just be like, oh, we should really find some place to go. Just in case we have to spend the night here.
Well, if you do happen to choose Carmen's Hearth, let her know I sent you. She'll hopefully give you a discount. Though I will say, remember, she may be convincing, but don't trust all of her stories. Some of them are a little too good to be true.
Hyacinth will put 20 Geayl on the counter.
What do you?
And just ask us, like, can I have 2 of those eclairs?
Slides the Geayl into his pocket, goes down crouching to pick up another one, wraps the 2 up and hands them over. Of course, my dear. Hopefully you
And
like
what was
them
your name?
freshly- What was that? Sorry?
I was gonna say, what was the guy's name and character?
Did I give him a name? I don't think I gave him a name.
I don't think so. I was about to ask his name.
Ugh. Make me go through names and stuff. I had everything planned that we didn't have to go through his name.
Also,
Well, you said to give Carmen his name, so we need a name to give.
What was that, Moxio?
I was gonna say. Also, I didn't know there were like eclairs or other custard-based things here. So I'm like, I'd be like, oh, never mind. Eclairs, sure, I'll take one too.
All right, it'll be 10 gil for the giant eclair the size of DFA's head.
Moxie was just thinking to himself, the pricing's all over at this establishment.
The size
Gotta
of
be
her
a front.
head with or without the helmet on?
With. This is clearly a guy who, because again, this is a transient neighborhood, I won't make you roll because it's just one of those like, okay, you're putting it together as he does purchasing. He is charging based on what he thinks you have on you, but also what will get him a sale. He's used to dealing with a lot poorer customers, and you guys being travelers, he's like, you know what? I could screw them and overcharge, or I can undercharge and have them buy more, and I'll make up whatever I need anyway. But anyway. The guy's name is Bushi. If you're taking notes at home.
No, I'm just thinking about how I'll never say that word aloud. Someone else is gonna have to
Bushi?
Yeah,
refer to
B-U-S-H-I.
Thought you said bougie at first, and I was very confused.
I mean, he probably is bougie compared to the area.
bougie, a 60-year-old we know.
Hey, the way things are going, our generation will one day be the bougiest 60-year-olds. Whether we like it or not. Has DFA continued to scamper off, or are they just lingering off to the side?
No, she walked away. She's outside somewhere.
Okay. Was there anything else anyone wanted in this shop of treats? Or are you guys good?
I'm good.
Okay. You guys head back
I just
outside.
wanted to make sure I got something to eat.
Yeah. Once you guys head back outside, you guys have your run of the place. You guys can either head down towards the tavern as suggested, or you can do whatever else. The town is your oyster.
Did I?
Yes.
My bread.
Oh, you
Did
want
I
to
get
find a
my bread?
You can get a bread shop. Yeah.
I want bread.
Okay. Once you guys come outside, it takes you about 15 minutes because of all the different shops. You do find a bread shop. They sell all different types of bread, freshly made that day. What kind are you looking for? Yes, I'm making you choose.
I want the darkest kind they have, and then the lightest, fluffiest kind they have that is closer to pound cake than bread.
Okay. For the dark one, would you like it to be something like almond bread, or would you like more like rye dark?
Like rye dark.
Okay. There is a rye bread. About
Heck yeah.
it's a loaf and a half length. Has not been it's not pre-sliced. You gotta do that on your own. That'll run you, because again it's fresh. We'll say 75 gil. And you said you wanted a soft one that's more like cake.
Yeah, like sweeter.
Oh, okay. Kind of like scone type of bread.
Yeah, like that.
Okay. It's not loaves. They give you like a box of scones.
That works.
25 gil, and it's just plain scones. Nothing on them. You get to add stuff on your own.
That works.
Okay, 25 gil. So you're paying like
Carbs.
100 gil for both your breads.
Yes. Do they have fruit jelly?
They have strawberry or grape.
I'll take strawberry.
That'll be 15 gil. And the jar
Okay.
is about the size of your forearm. Like length, not width.
Either way, that's a big jar.
So,
Wait, you mean like player me or Corey
yes, player
me?
you, not Corey.
Okay. I was about to say, God dang.
That would be way more than 15 Geayl.
Okay.
But no, like your physical off table forearm.
That makes more sense.
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm
Yep.
excited about this.
Yes, you now have jelly, jam, whatever you want to call it. Yes, I know there's a difference. As a
I'm gonna
picky
put
eater,
some
I don't care.
strawberry jelly on one of these scones and eat it in probably one bite.
Yeah, you probably could. So you got your bread. Everyone got their sweets. You guys were told about the 2 inns in town, and Bushi has suggested that you guys check out the Oracle if you aren't really sure why you're here. And as Mogzio made a point off table, we're going to really trust a guy who's making bad business choices. They're not bad choices, they're just different. Notice his daughter is going to college for econ. She wants to save the family business. So what does EFA do once she is out and about and free to make her own decisions without the party being the wiser?
He sits down on the ground right outside of the shop and puts Egamides on her lap and does nothing.
Okay. Also, since, some point it has to happen. Do you have handle animal?
Do I?
Yes.
That's a good question.
That's why I'm asking.
Yes, I do.
All right, I need you to do a I need to roll that skill, please. I can't talk tonight.
18.
Okay. That is the first way of bonding fully with Egamides in terms of like the imprint bonding. We'll say you have to do it like the past 6 times before Egamides is like fully pack bonded with you. And won't need to be trained at all because it'll just react how you want it, like a animal companion. And then you can make all the stats for Egamides later. Even though I'll probably regret it. Okay, so party, where are you headed next?
I'm content to follow whoever now that I have my bread.
Okay.
How much time do we have until we're supposed to be this first?
What, until Geayl departs from the island?
Oh, it's just like we have until then to.
Yeah, like
here.
you guys know he's planned to be here for X amount of time. It took you the week to get to Althane, the 2 weeks to get down, so he should be here for like another day or two. But you have to first find him. Yeah, right. Loaf and a half is Moogle sized shit. Anyway, yeah, you guys got like a day or two to find him.
Should we focus on doing that then, since we've made our stops?
Yeah, you're on a clock. How would you like to go about finding him? Like, are you going to be subtle or more direct?
Oh, I was asking the group because I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm not exactly good at being subtle.
Yeah, L or Keith there. Also, he'd probably be a little too emotional.
Corey wouldn't be real nice. He would not get us going. Somebody disappear?
What?
I heard the disconnect reconnect noise and it was weird. Might have been me.
Might have been you.
Yeah, it might have been you.
Sorry, my nose was. My sinus is rebelling. Hyacinth has no idea why we're here anymore. So Hyacinth cannot
Oh,
be of
yeah.
any help until.
That is
Uh,
correct.
That's true.
I
So
think
we
this is
should
my
go.
roundabout way of figuring that out.
Yeah.
Until somebody mentions Geyl's name, the bunny is clueless.
Didn't that
Mogtail
guy say we should go to the psychic person?
Oracle,
Oh, so we're
That.
supposed to go see the Oracle.
if you need guidance, or go to Carmen's.
If you
Her-
don't know why you're here, I think he said. I don't know. I was thinking about bread.
That was the most millennial thing I've heard in this game so far.
Thinking about
I wasn't listening to anything. I was thinking about bread the whole time.
Oh, I should have gotten a sourdough.
Should have got avocado with it.
They have avocados here.
You can.
I mean, it's a Mediterranean island. It's probably something similar to an avocado.
Oh my god.
Mogtail will just clap his paws together and be like, Geayl, that was his name.
Who?
That guy.
Yeah, that guy is Geayl.
There's
From
Geayl?
outside, you can hear DFA go, "Who's Geayl?"
That guy.
Yeah.
Guy who hired us.
We got hired.
Yeah, he's a tool. Remember?
No.
This is
To
the,
find the Robin, remember? And also, I'm pretty sure the orb thing.
who's more clueless right now, DFA or Hyacinth?
Well,
He's
Hyacinth.
all smarmy.
Hyacinth's
where's-
just gonna. The ears are gonna do the confused thing again, and they're just gonna tear one of the eclairs in half and hand it to Corey. And then
I will hand you a scone in return.
Oh, and then hand the other half of the scone, or hand the other half of the eclair to DFA.
She's gonna say thank you and shove the entire piece of it in her mouth.
He's no joke.
I'm trying to remember. Did Dell's character tell anyone else about Hyacinth being under the effects, or just
In a
Hyacinth
very panicked way, all
Mhm.
Dell was able to convey was Hyacinth is having memory problems too, and
Okay.
that they need a scroll to fix it, though they have no idea what Hyacinth doesn't remember.
Okay, so we know that Hyacinth doesn't remember something,
Yes.
and
And
now
you,
we're
you-
talking
and you,
about
and you need a scroll to dispel the magic. Since none of
Okay.
you know the dispel magic.
You don't know if this is just the bunny being the bunny or not.
Yeah, for all you know, this could be just Hyacinth not
Sure,
fully
this could
awake.
it just could be that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Corey would absolutely not put it
Yeah.
past Hyacinth to not remember Geayl. Just
Really?
because he's not important.
Well,
Also, he's a guy.
That
Also,
too.
he's a guy. He's not human though, and as far
Yeah.
as you guys know, Hyacinth's facial blindness mostly affects male humans.
That's fair.
Hence the 3 days of having to stare directly at Elric's face to remember Elric.
that is true.
There are days Elric wakes up to Hyacinth just staring at him.
Just making sure they don't forget him. Kind of endearing.
Anyway.
Is Dell still with us, or has Dell absconded?
We'll say that Dell is T-posing with you and taking in everything while quietly trying to be of assistance while limited in their actual ability.
Mm.
But when are we going to discuss that?
It's fine.
Discuss what?
He's fine. This is fine.
Really? Because he's scooting around town making dial-up noises.
It's fine.
Not that T-pose
fine.
level, more just like, T-pose as in like he's hovering, because he hovers now.
I mean, as
that's
long as he
even
doesn't
stranger.
scare anybody.
Can someone
Dell's probably deep in focus reading something and researching.
If he's like,
As Del does.
could you like stand on his tippy toes and use his arms as like handles and like be a segue?
Oh my
Probably
god.
not.
I mean, I couldn't, but oh my god.
I have to ask, are you
Probably.
trying or are you wanting me to just tell you?
You could just tell me.
Some of you could, some of you can't.
I can't.
I'm in heavy
Probably
armor.
a
Probably
side.
couldn't.
I would
Going
argue
on.
I would argue that the Moogles could without problem. Hyacinth would be both a strength check on Del and a dex check on Hyacinth. Elric and Corey would be a definite no. Del collapses under the weight. Because Del is a twink. Del may be a floaty hot boy, but he is not a strong hot boy.
Yeah, Del and Hyacinth are about the same height and build.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But the Moogles could definitely use Del as a segue.
Or Del.
Again, we can easily retcon certain things the minute Del's back on table.
No, I like this.
Moggs is like, wait a minute, I'm a captain. Why am I walking? Climbs on Del. Carry me, steed.
Hyacinth is going to tear off a small part of their eclair and share it with Del. And then she goes, why don't we just find a place to stay? And then we can ask around about this Geayl person you're talking about. Does he owe us money?
You could say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He owes us something.
That's for sure.
Is it something important?
I was thinking that meeting with Geayl was more of a priority than. I'm just trying to get her to say his name weird.
I mean, you're doing a great job right
why
now.
Did you so
Geayl.
why the fuck did he say it that way?
I'm enjoying every wrong way of saying it.
Oh no, I like this. I like this because then when we finally do meet him again, we can just not call him by his right name ever.
Let's
Because he
all use
seems
our
like
own
the kind of guy
pronunciations.
that would get pissed off about that.
I feel like that'd be like a mental damage that he would take.
Exactly.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, that'd have to be like some form of psychic damage in combat. At first it'd be
right.
nothing, but constantly doing it'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
It's okay. I can nip this in the bud. How long did it take us to travel here from the boat?
About like you guys arrived early, like we'll say mid-morning. It's about just before noon. So like 10, 11:30 latest.
Oh, like, how long is that of a journey back to the boat?
Take like an hour and a half walk.
Yeah, okay, we're staying here. So let's find a place to stay.
All right, you got the choices between Carmen's Hearth and the Silver Bow.
Voting Carmen's. I want to meet Carmen.
My gut says go the other way, but we can do that.
I mean, there are two hotels.
Not
You guys
to
could
split our time.
I am just saying you can split the party and have two hotels.
No,
Damn.
that's a waste of time.
I mean, we could.
Good.
Does anyone else vote one way or the other?
Do either of them have a stable nearby?
Good question. We will roll.
Have we seen any other chocobos or animals of burden?
I'll never understand why they call them
Well,
animals
yeah.
of burden first. Both
They
of
are
them
burdened
have,
with a glorious purpose.
both of them have a stable. And what was the other question that was asked? I was doing.
Oh, you asked why they're called animals of burden. I said because they're burdened with a glorious purpose.
Oh, okay. No, I wasn't sure someone asked something else after DFA asked if they had a stable for the hotels. But yes, both of them have a stable for chocobos.
We're just gonna start walking towards Carmen.
Where we go again?
What you asked me? What are the two choices?
Yeah, Carmen, whatever.
Carmen's Hearth, which
Carmen's
is
Hearth.
in the middle class. It's a
Mhm.
tavern. Silver
Yeah.
Bow is an actual like hotel.
Cool.
And that's in the wealthier one that's closer to the temple where the oracle stands.
Well,
I'm good where we're going then.
from what I recall, we were told that Geayl likes to travel in high class circles even if he's not high class himself. So the fancy place would probably be more likely to have information on where he is or who's seen him.
Make a very good point.
It might be easier to pay people who aren't fancy to give us information.
It could be. It depends on whether these high class people like Geayl or not. And I feel like a lot of them don't because they can probably tell that he doesn't actually belong.
Also true.
That's actually really,
Making
really
a lot of sense.
Dude, that was like really well in like. Or he just went detective mode. Who knows?
Out of character. I reread my notes.
Okay. I'm like, that was actually like really well done. Okay.
But she really doesn't like this guy, so.
I mean, we can also stay at both places, technically. We can stay at one place one day, and then go stay at the other place the other day. Just in case. I don't know.
If we've got the money, it couldn't hurt to keep rooms at both places.
Just so it is, maybe it'll help. The two places charge you by the night. So you could, as you suggested, you could stay at one for one night, then if you need to, go to the other one, or whatever as needed. Also, because this is a very not big community, you wouldn't have to travel far in town to go stay at one and then go like meander around the other. I would say the size of this place is like it would take maybe 2 hours to walk from one end of the city to the other.
Okay.
So like
it's not bad.
Yeah, each district isn't huge. They just clearly, different parts of the city. Not many people live here. This is more of a stop for people who wants to do Oracle, stay for a little while, then they go on their way. It's not meant to be a thriving community that's permanently here. Those who are either tend to the Oracle's temple, or they are shops for those who are stopping by. Arguably, it's a tourist trap. Without tourism.
It's got an oracle.
I meant the economics of tourism, how it ruins a place. It's like Salem if it wasn't fucking overpriced.
Forgot for a minute that you lived in Massachusetts. So you know where you've been there. I want to go so bad.
Don't go during the current season. Go anytime but autumn.
But that's the time that I would like to be up there.
That's when all the people are there.
I mean, that makes sense.
They all want to do the hocus pocus bullshit. Anywho.
Get our tourism fix.
So as of now, unless I misheard things, the majority does lean towards Carmen's, with the backup plan being column A, column B.
You said Carmen's was like a tavern, so is it like it's got a place to like? Is it like the place back in Scione?
Yeah, it's like a bar.
There's like
it's a bar. It's a bed and bar. I was gonna say bed and breakfast,
okay,
but it's not a bed and breakfast. It's a bed and bar.
Then Hyacinth will suggest we could always go and just like get food and drinks at Carmen's, and then see if we like it there. If we don't find any information, we can go stay at the other one. I mainly want to go to Carmen's because that guy said something about having a garden, and the flower information is always nice to have, or to talk to somebody who knows about plants.
During all this, does DFA have any input regarding where they stay?
No, she literally hasn't been paying attention to the conversation.
Okay, good. I do remember you saying that you want to know about the stables. Yeah, both of them would have a stable, so Egamedes would have a place to chill. Also, I'm still like imagining half of the fucking eclair, just like how big it is.
In one bite.
No.
Just a mental.
Unhinging her jaw.
I was thinking more like just Kirby vacuum.
I said it yesterday
Yeah.
during stream, and I'll say it again. She operates on cartoon logic.
She really does, and I've just learned to accept it. Makes it worse until you point it out. Nothing breaks the universe.
I think that's what we should do off table, is just go to Carmen's,
And work your way.
grab drinks and information. If we don't find anything useful, or we don't like staying there, we can go to Silverbow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, then the majority has it. To Carmen's Hearth you go. Carmen's Hearth is a, say, 15, 20-minute jaunt. It's later. It's now closer to noon, so more people are out and about, and you are now entering the other district. Here, it's busier. There's more people coming and going. The place is, as Bushi described, it's very homey and rustic. And upon entering, you are greeted by a goblin with shaved blue hair. What's remaining is in a messy faux hawk. Extremely friendly eyes. And face covered in piercings. And you are now looking at Carmen Gilmore, greeting you excitedly to her tavern. And I'm not going to try doing a voice because I don't want to imagine my voice destroying itself for their voices are a level of high I can't reach. But she does ask what she can do you for and what you guys need. While any table in the place is up for grabs, if any of you are looking around, you'll notice in the back corner a group of Mithra are playing Triple Triad and getting very, very heated over the game.
The card game?
Yes, it's a card game.
Okay.
It's a card game that a certain person can't stand. If I remember correctly, it's only an 8 and 14 that you see that in the games.
9.
Oh, it's a 9? That was an 8.
It's in both.
Oh, okay. I haven't played 9. I wouldn't know. But yes, they are playing that in the back corner. Mogsio wants to swindle anyone.
You're just lining up the faux pas.
No, it's more like I just know Mogsio can make money with cards.
I'll be content with just asking for some lodging.
Okay. Lodging for the evening would be 125 Geayl for the whole party. And you can decide like how many rooms you would. But if it's just for you, like for individual person, and everyone's paying individually, it'll be 75 Geayl.
A person and not a room? Or is that each person gets their own room?
If each person paid like individually and they got their own separate room. But if you're doing it as a party, the deal rate is 125 a night. and she'll let you decide what the arrangement would.
Oh, of course, we'll do the deal rate.
All right. She looks over the group and says, "All right, what am I putting down for the name of the person I'm collecting money from? What is the group name or the person I'm collecting from?" As she has her little ledger book.
Oh my god, what did we call? I know what we called ourselves.
One of these days in game,
But-
you guys got to come up with a name.
Today's not the day.
Oh god, what did Andy call us?
No, we're not going to be the Nad Knockers.
Ah, that was it. But it's so funny. And accurate.
It is accurate. It's accurate for
Funny.
Corey.
He could have had us forget that ever happened. And he didn't.
He could.
Hey, the fuck deck came back. They all had to come back eventually. One day, something will be decided. But she is talking to you, Moxio, so you could just give your name and just leave it at that before anyone else chimes in.
Yeah,
Nope, DFA's chiming
Yeah.
in.
That's your best bet.
She's saying, do you not know who he is?
Uh-oh.
This is Sir Reginald Allen Thorogood,
Oh, Jesus.
captain of the fuck deck.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, I have to ask, are you doing this to be deceptive, or are you just trying to be charismatic and pass this off as, like, you're hyping
Who
up
knows?
Well, I need to know what you need to roll.
Deception.
Okay, roll deception. And they roll a sense of motive, because, dear God, you are hyping up Moxio more than he probably asked for today.
I was going to say Moxio the Great, but this works.
Should be good.
30-20.
Yeah, you beat her 5. She looks down at Moxio and takes a minute, like, clearly she's seen many of people coming and going from her establishment. But with the reverence and enthusiasm with which DFA just conveyed your title, she had to do a double take and goes, "I admit I did not know I was in the presence of such information. Most people of that ilk would be more likely to stay at the Silverbow. I must say that I am honored that you would choose my establishment over theirs. Just for that, I will change the rate to be a flat 100 gil per night, as thanks for the honor of gracing my doorstep." Congrats, DFA bullshit you into knocking $25 off the night.
If I would have known we were in negotiations and this was going to be a business deal, it would have been 22.
I mean, this was more just a hype job, and she's trying to, like, make good on her Yelp reviews.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Also, congrats, your name isn't Moxio anymore to her.
Yep. So I'll Sir Reginald is fine.
Very good, sir. Would you be how many rooms would you be needing for your stay?
We usually have like 3.
All right. She will go behind the desk quickly, return with 3 keys, and as she slides them to you, goes, "Best rooms in the house, sir. I gave you," and she handed the 1 key last. "This one is the suite. Save it just for you. I'm sure your companion would understand that you would get the better of the 3 rooms."
Of course.
And she looks to the rest of you. Would any of you be needing anything else while I'm here, or would you like to just sit down and get yourselves comfortable before I come back and get any orders or anything?
DFA's going to lift Agamedes up above her head,
Oh, God.
and she's going to say, "Daycare?"
This blue-haired goblin is just like, what the fuck? We do have some stables out back. Thankfully, there's nothing in them at the moment. No one has brought any chocobos of their own, so yours would have the run of the stables. What kind of daycare were you hoping for?
I just need somewhere to put him until I need to leave.
We could do that as part of the fee for the time you're here. Is there any special diet he's on?
BFA kind of like wrinkles her nose. She goes, "What's a diet?"
The standard Geayl greens it is then. What is the little guy's name?
Egamedes, and he needs to eat cake at least twice a day.
Sense motive, because like that's not normal chocobo food. Wow, this fucking karma's not that bright. Okay, she believes you, and with a very warm and friendly smile goes, does Egamedes prefer strawberry cake or chocolate cake?
He's not sure if chocobos are allowed to have chocolate, so strawberry.
Very good. I'll make sure to feed him just to your specifications. Should I take him, or would you like to bring him out to the stables yourself?
I suppose I should put him out there myself.
Very good.
Hyacinth's gonna lean forward a bit. So it's like, do you know a schmarmy man named Gavin? Was that his name? And look back at Corey.
What is he, British?
Oh, I was muted. Corey's laughing too hard to answer.
I think his name is Gavin. Or was it Geayl?
Close.
Glenn?
Real close.
Giles. Doesn't he teach vampire
Mm.
slayers?
Giles.
Giles. Ooh.
Oh my god.
Corey's she's gonna catch her breath and say, Geayl.
Yeah, that name. And he's not a great guy. Was it that he was annoying?
We just have some unfinished business. And Corey's gonna smile real big and scary like.
Okay, so I'm gonna offer Corey the other part of the scone that they haven't finished because the thing was huge.
Her expression immediately changes to something really happy and cute, and she takes the scone.
Oh, the eclair, not the scone. The
Eclair.
Either way, it's carbs.
Carbs. Sugary carbs.
Yep.
Oh my god. Carmen ponders your question because you got the names for a bit, so it took her a minute to realize you were asking about. And goes, I don't know any Gavin or Giles. She looks around the area. Oi, you lot! Any of you met a guy? I don't mean to be that person. But what was he? Was he like your friend, the Moogle? Is he like you, the Roegadyn? Like, what is he? I don't want to get the wrong person.
He's a Guado, isn't he?
Thank you. Have any of you guys seen a Guado named Geayl? Geayl. The whole room kind of like harumps and grumbles, and no one gives an answer. So she's like, no one that I've known seems to know him. But if you'd like, I could ask around during the day and get back to you before the night. This Geayl is do you want him to know you're looking for him, or is this one of those you want to find him before he finds you types?
I'm gonna look at Elric.
He owes his money, doesn't he?
Well, he doesn't know what's happened so far, so it wouldn't hurt if
Yeah,
he
he
knows.
doesn't know that we know what we know.
Exactly. So it wouldn't hurt if
What
he
do we
knows
know?
that we're looking for him. In fact, he might come right to us.
Possible. Yeah, I guess it doesn't hurt if he knows.
All right. I know some people in town. I'll put some feelers out. If you'd like, I'll have the answer by dinner.
Oh,
Give you some time.
somebody named Bushi recommended you, and he sells really good.
Bushi. Should have noticed by the eclair. Lovable lad. If only he believed my stories. Could have left his wife for me. She's a lovely woman, but I love my mental. Again, I remind you, she's a goblin, so technically,
Isn't that like most?
Yeah, that's not hard.
If I'm hearing this, Hyacinth is gonna nudge Elric forward.
Elric,
Corey will nudge him forward a little bit too.
Carmen looks you up and down. I'm flattered, hon, but you're a little too young for my taste.
Sigh of relief.
Come back in like 20 years. You know, when you put some experience on you.
Will do.
Ha.
Will do.
Like some good dilf.
Back away slowly.
Oh, poor Elric.
Elric is the party punching bag.
And yet he does so much damage in a fight.
That's why he's got to keep him.
Oh,
Got to keep him humble.
Punching bag in the fight and jokes.
Yep. Just so everyone knows, DFA has taken this time to go put Agamedes outside. By now, DFA's come back in. What DFA did out there with Agamedes is only DFA knows.
It was a tearful goodbye.
I feel like there was a string quartet involved.
It's like that first day of taking your kid to school or whatever,
Oh god!
and you think that like
No.
you're gonna be fine, but they're gonna cry, but really they're fine, and you just like cry.
I will say that Agamedes kept running back to you every time you tried to walk back in, so there was a mutual I don't want this to depart scenario. It wasn't just you feeling bad. Hell of the night. apparently, Chad is encouraging this this goblin and Elric.
That's no.
You could tell so many stories about the night you shacked up with a goblin.
Yeah, good.
Is that blue hair?
Probably a good thing Andy is busy right now.
Oh god, the jokes would be over the top. But yeah, DFA, you've returned by now. You missed that whole thing. So, but yeah, Carmen does say that by around dinner she can have an answer for what you guys are asking for. Though till then she encourages you guys to amuse yourselves amongst town. That way you're not sitting around bored and listless. Though she does ask where you guys came from. That way she has an idea of what to suggest regarding what to do in town.
What's the city we just came from?
Althane.
Hyacinth will say that we just came from there, dealing with zombies.
Are you actually going to say about the zombies?
Mm-hmm.
She's going to not believe, like, literal zombie. She's going to think you mean, like, working stiffs are The Walking Dead kind of thing. Because why would she think actual zombies sound like Althane?
Trees were not happy about the zombies being around. But now they're gone, so it's fine.
Harmon gives you a very, very particular look. You're one of the wood folk, aren't you?
I used to be.
Don't get many of you around here. I don't think many of them particularly like the idea of an oracle.
I mean, the Oracle seems okay from what we've heard. At least I think so.
It could be that it, just a thought, could be the notion of someone trying to know more than the wood might put them off.
I mean, so I've found at least that a lot of trees know a lot of different things. A lot of plants know a lot of different things. They're not very good with directions. So the Oracle might be better at giving directions than the trees.
Yeah. Oracle told me that if I set up my tavern in town, I would find the man of my dreams, and I'm still waiting, but she hasn't been wrong yet. Someone I could climb like a tree.
Interesting.
What, you don't... She looks at you up and down. You don't want someone who can carry you after a long day and shower you in affection? Or are you more the one who does the carrying?
Yes.
That minute Corey's like, fuck, I shouldn't have asked.
She's gonna look really confused for a second and then say more emphatically, yes, actually, yes. I didn't think about it till now, but yes.
Don't mind me, dear. I'm just an old woman who had a very, very long life and is just waiting for that happy retirement to come and finally knock on my door. So I daydream a lot. Helps pass the time. Especially with all these types of drunks.
Well, if we find anyone tall, male, Hyacinth's going to ask questioning, please.
Eh. Why deprive one of the pleasures that the world provides? The right person is the right person.
Tall,
Seasoned.
has adventures, and older than Elric.
Yeah.
How old are you, Elric?
How old are you, Elric?
22.
You're
Oh.
allowed to leave? You're allowed to leave your mom at 22?
Yeah.
Oh, the joke's never end. Oh, there's maturity.
Yeah, I didn't think about that when I did it, but it's too late. Fuck it.
No,
Oh, you are an infant.
He's only half, so he's still half human.
Yeah.
So.
A full blood.
So maybe he's a child.
So
a full blood elf hits
grow
adulthood
fast.
at 100. So you're like,
yeah. So well, because we'll just say because I'm half human, I grew fast, but then I still have like long age after that.
Laura's got the mental maturity of a 15-year-old. This makes so much sense.
Yeah, but say by elven standards, you're like 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, you're like Loki and Thor in Asgardian terms. Like you're just a teenager. God, you make way more sense.
Yeah.
That's so much more sense now.
No wonder the Robin was curious if you knocked
Adorable.
somebody up.
And that's why he's very like awkward about these situations.
It's a very special episode of Final Fantasy D20.
Yeah, this is this is turning to be one of those like, the more you know about Elric. Alright, so if you guys like to stay around and kill time, you can do that, or you can go explore the city some more, but that will happen once we get back from a break, because it's been that long, and I can imagine everyone needs a quick stretch, bathroom break, or snack refill. So get up yourselves, audience, do the break timey things. We'll be back in just a bit. Don't go away. And I almost forgot to unmute. That would have sucked. But that only happened once. Alright, so hope everyone had a good break. Welcome back to the audience. The party has decided they will go investigate the temple while they wait for Carmen to ask around about Gavin, Garmin, Tom, whatever the asshole's name is, Geayl. For the party to make their way from Carmen's place to the temple, it's about an hour walk. So about now, it's like a little past noon. The temple itself is fairly ancient in construction. By that, it's like it has not been updated, hasn't had to be. It's just been maintained. The Sanctuary of the Oracle is on an island in the middle of a large lake in the middle of the place. There's a wall surrounding it, then the grounds, then the temple. The along the way to the island and everything, you guys notice a bunch of gifts have been left there in hopes of receiving guidance from the Oracle, be it monuments, treasures, etc. People who show up are very kind, and it shows. The pylons, which are the large gates at the front, are decorated with painted and carved scenes along the walls depicting different myths from the world's history, different mythical rulers, gods, goddesses, creatures, etc. In front of the pylon is 6 towering obelisks lining the promenade. Between each obelisk is a carved statue of a lion-like creature, each one watching those who walk up toward the temple. At the end of the path stands 2 guards, like massive protectors, statues in their right. They're not moving, they're not living, they're just statues. Where once they would have been recognizable, maybe, but over the many, many years has been lost to time. They are just featureless statues of people. Don't even know what race they were. Priests, priestesses, visitors are coming and going from the temple. It is not so much guarded, but it's very clear that you are being watched by any of the people who maintain the place. Inside the main building, you enter the hypostyle hall, which is a large room with columns, and most of the room is dark, except for the center aisle, which is lit by windows cut into the roof. The hall represents a marsh in the beginning of all time, and is filled with columns that look like papyrus plants. The darkest corners of the place look more like, again, papyrus plants, but they are decorated with closed flowers. The center, where the light shines in, the columns look more like they're blooming those flowers in the sunlight. Along the walls are scenes of religious rituals and different scenes depicting the Oracle and different gods and goddesses throughout history. Beyond there is a courtyard, but you cannot enter the courtyard until a priest or priestess takes you there, because you'll be going from there to the sanctuary. So you guys can wait either outside or in the first hall while you figure out what goes on.
I guess we'll be looking for Geayl as we make our way in.
All right. If you're going to be actively looking for him, I would say just do a perception. Are you being sneaky about it though, or are you just looking casually?
I don't think I need to look sneakily.
Okay. Well, I wasn't sure if you were being like, subtle.
I'm not gonna. I mean, if I find him, I'm not gonna just stare at him.
Meanwhile, cut to DF.
Maybe I will. 25.
So far, because again, you haven't gone past the first room, you haven't seen him. You've seen plenty of priests and priestesses. You've seen plenty of guests. A lot of people laying gifts along the columns, be it piles or pouches of money, handmade gifts, purchased gifts, anything that they believe would be a good tribute to give them good fortune. But you haven't seen Geayl yet. And I remind everyone, this is sacred ground, so definitely not the place to be fucking around to finding out. Also, with your, what you said, 25?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not literally between the columns, but as you look around, you notice there are people dressed in masks and wearing the exact same kind of tunics and cloaks, you're able to discern just by glancing at the similarities that these are some form of security. Either for the priest and priestesses and the oracle, or for the people visiting, to make sure this stays a neutral ground. There is two nations at war. They are probably there to keep the peace for as long as anyone is in the building. But they are not stepping out of where they are standing in the shadows. You count about, we'll say 30 of them in just the first hall. And that's not set as a challenge, buddy.
Take about a fifth of them. Said I could take about a fifth of them.
DFA will take the other 3/5, and the rest of them will just stand around and be like, "We got this." 30's easy for you guys.
I guess I'd just, I guess if I had no other direction, no other idea, I'd just go to, I don't know, what is it? Is there like a line, a queue to
No, it's more like,
see the oracle?
from what you've been noticing, the people are mingling, they're communicating. This also, as much as a religious place, it's also a social gathering place. The priests or priestess will come out, ask them if they've been seen. If they say yes, they leave them alone. If not, they say, okay, we'll fetch you when the oracle's ready for you. And then people are pulled as needed to go visit the oracle.
But I will stand in a conspicuous place.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
Do we know like the gods or whatever these priests, priestesses, oracle?
All gods and goddesses share here, as it is they chose the oracle to speak for them. Gotcha. On the mortal plane. This is like the most neutral place you will find sacred grounds. Gotcha. No god has more priority. Everyone agrees this is probably the one spot in the region that no one is above anyone else. The oracle is the one person that everyone agrees. Top dog. Everyone else is just lucky to be around.
Cool. Got it.
Why? Were you trying to make sure you don't offend anyone by saying the wrong thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this would be, for those who are history nerds, very much like going to Philae in Egypt, Delphi in Greece, or any of those other places of oracles. It was just agreed upon by everyone. This was neutral. You left your bullshit outside.
Gotcha. The whole pantheon of stuff here.
Yeah, all gods agreed. This is the grounds where you can all come. You all shut up and do your thing, and then you leave and bring whatever you have to out, never in.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, there's no naked statues of gods. Last thing I need is someone like stealing parts of a statue.
Nope.
Flowers that we pass.
Like the
are
ones
they just
on the columns?
Uh-huh.
They're stone. They're carved flowers into the columns.
Would Hyacinth be able to tell what kind of flower they're supposed to be? Or is it just a general flower?
You can roll a nature to see. This is the most skill checks in a night that didn't involve perception. I'm proud of everybody. Between sense motive, local history, animal stuff, damn, everyone's doing skills. I'm not even have to ask for most of them.
It's gonna be a 12.
They're mostly water flowers that you'd find in lakes, rivers, or marshes.
So water lilies?
Yeah, lilies, lotuses, fuck, types of plants. I think they're called hibiscus? No, they're not. Ironically enough, there are hyacinths. I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot those were water flowers. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yes, they are.
There's golden water poppies. There's duckweed. Quack. Yeah, lotuses, lilies, hornwort, rella palms. Fast, you're getting an answer.
I'm not writing any of those down. I just wanted to know for Hyacinth's interest.
There's some
of there being,
because I just like the name Nymphia King Blue Hardy Water Lilies. The mouthful, and it's just fun.
Jesus.
They also look pretty. They're blue and gold. They're cute. They're pretty. But yeah, it's just a bunch of water flowers. Anyone?
Upon seeing that people are leaving like gifts, Hyacinth is going to pull out their bag of nonsense that they had before meeting everyone.
Okay.
And going to pull out a tiny fork and a tiny spoon.
Okay.
Along with a... Sorry, I'm looking at my inventory list of other possessions.
No, that's... Hey, you're picking out a tribute to a technically a mythical being. You gotta be careful.
And then pulling out a pressed hyacinth flower.
Okay.
And just kind of putting those all together on a little envelope they probably nicked off of someone's hotel room side table.
Do you have the religion knowledge?
I don't think I do. I think I have knowledge nobility, knowledge nature. Hold on. Let me check. Nope, I got history, nature, and nobility.
Okay, roll a history check. Just to see how much you know about the customs of this kind of thing.
That is going to be a 13.
13, okay. You're able to know enough that you know where to place these things and how to go about in a way that would be very indicated to the priests or priestess or whoever sees you that you are doing so in a, polite and not meant to be offensive manner.
Mm-hmm.
You know enough to look like you belong in doing what you're doing. Is that all Hyacinth would like to do?
And then go back to standby cord.
Okay. DFA, what are you doing? Here's what DFA would temple.
My best.
I mean, that's a valid answer. I can respect that. Does DFA have any interest in this place, or just kind of like...
No. I don't think she even understands what sacred is.
Okay, what knowledges does she have?
I don't know that she has any, but let's look.
That's why I'm curious, because I had an idea of something that would actually apply to her.
She has local and dungeoneering.
Okay. Let's see. Checking. Okay, yeah, she wouldn't have any. Do a perception DFA, because you said you're not actively paying attention, but there is still that just basic DFA awareness that sometimes
that would be the one fucking nat 20 I get tonight.
Really?
So 29. Yes.
The rest of you don't notice it, but DFA you do. Oh, just subtly beneath all the the murmuring of people talking, the noises of people shuffling around, you can just barely pick up what sounds like people singing a hymn, like a choir of voices singing a very calming, relaxing, even for you, this is actually very soothing hymn. And you don't know where it's coming from because you can hear it from almost everywhere.
She's going to start twirling.
Like ballerina twirling?
Yeah, just kind of twirling on the spot.
Okay, fair enough. Corey and Elric, what about you two? What are you guys doing?
I have no idea. I
Elric's,
guess
that moment,
keep it
Elric's like, I've
looking.
never been in a church before.
I'm kind of watching everyone around me so that I can do what they're doing because I don't have a whole lot of experience with anything religious.
Okay, that's roll a. What knowledges do you two have?
Um,
I have religion.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second. What do you have, Corey?
I have knowledge. I have dungeoneering.
Oh no, that's like I said. I figured I'd check.
An ability in religion.
Okay. Elric, roll a religion. Corey, just roll an intelligence.
Okay.
Because you said you're watching everyone else trying to like know what to do.
18.
Elric, you actually know, observation and prior knowledge, that the Oracle supposedly once inhabited a mortal body, and then, like all mortals, died, but then their spirit chose another mortal, and so on and so forth. So supposedly, since this temple has been created, it's the same Oracle inhabiting different bodies. Though you know that because again, there's only one Oracle in the region. Locals have made a statue of the original Oracle's body, believing that during certain rituals, the spirit will leave the mortal body and enter the statue to bless or not bless, depending on the situation, the rituals that are done. So you know that it's somewhere in this building there's a giant statue depicting the original Oracle's visage.
Interesting.
Yes. How did you do, Corey?
I got a 15.
Okay. You are able to discern and tell from watching Hyacinth and the other guests that surprisingly, this is not a like conservative type of traditionalist place. It's very, as long as you follow the basic tenets of respect, how you worship, how you behave here is really up to you. You see some people being older, lighting candles, doing the tributes. Other people just talking to little effigies they brought with them, as if this was a place just to commune with their gods. There is no one correct way of worship here.
Okay, that makes me feel both better and worse.
There's not one faux pas. There's now more.
Ugh.
But not everyone's gonna be mad at you.
Nah.
By this point, a priestess does come over to you all. That was very low, and then looks up, says, "Have you been seen yet by the Oracle?"
No, not yet.
Okay, then will you be seen as a group, or are you here individually?
Didn't consider that.
We can we come back and be seen individually if we go as a group? Or is it you only get to meet the Oracle once in your lifetime kind of thing?
You can. There is no limit on how many times you see the Oracle in a lifetime, but per day we try to limit it one per day within reason. Obviously, certain circumstances would change that, but if there is no extreme need or extenuating circumstances, we try to limit guests one visit per day.
Just be seen as a group for the first time.
All right. She says then there's one guest ahead of you. After that, I will return and fetch you. And then she glides off, moving as if she doesn't walk. Like, just the way she moves.
Like Dell, is she actually not walking? Is she hovering?
Roll a perception.
23.
No, her the bottom of her dress is just sheer enough that you can see that her feet are touching the ground. Her dress is just billowy enough where you can't see it being pressed by her legs.
Okay.
But it does look like she's gliding. And she
She's just fancy.
and she does move very quietly on the limestone floor. So you guys will be seen by the oracle in a few minutes, so you guys can prepare yourselves accordingly.
With that, like, religion check, would Elric know if there's any kind of like etiquette when you speak to the oracle, like kneeling or anything like that?
You would have heard different things. Some people kneel, some people flat out like I feel like prostrate's not the right one. Like, full on hands and knees shit. Some people just what?
Prostrate?
Prostrate. Thank you. That's the word. You
I'm
knew
pretty
why.
sure you weren't looking for prostate.
That's what. But you see why I thought that.
Or maybe
You don't know his
I do.
life.
Maybe he
I do.
Hey, I mistook brazier and brazier. You can understand why prostate and that
Yeah,
were my
I get it.
It's
I
the next
completely
logical
get it.
step.
My dyslexia comes for me very, very fast, and it doesn't miss.
So it's the prostate. Anyway,
Yeah, it's like a gynecology thing. Don't worry about it.
Oh boy.
The oracle moonlights. But no,
Anyway.
you do know that there is no correct way to greet the oracle based on different things.
okay.
So you do you, boo boo. I'm assuming DFA is still twirling.
If they're still singing, she's still twirling.
It's constant. Like it seems to be, for lack of better term, like in a food store, how the music just constantly plays and it's on loop forever. It's the one hymn on repeat. Is there anything else before the priestess returns, or is that like just okay? We're gonna kill the few minutes.
I can't think of anything.
Okay, no, just figured I'd check. You asked that question, didn't want to overlook anything. So the priestess does return, brings you guys back. You guys go from. Wait a minute. Too many windows. You guys go from the hypostyle hall into a large courtyard. It greets you as you enter. There's no roof above the courtyard. The outer walls of the courtyard show more scenes of a clearly ancient ruler. You can tell simply just by the clothing. This ruler is in different battles, protecting the temple. Other scenes show the ruler depicted making offerings to the gods and goddesses with the guidance of the oracle. You are told by the priestess that the only time everyone casually could be in this courtyard would be during festivals or certain holidays. Otherwise, it's only for the priests and priestesses or as a transfer from the main hall to the sanctuary. On your way towards the sanctuary door, you see a priest guiding a hooded figure out of the sanctuary, past you guys towards the exit. And you are ushered into the sanctuary, which is the darkest and the most mysterious feeling of the temple so far. Only the priest and priestesses and the protectors of the oracle are allowed in here without supervision. Visitors are not allowed unattended. On your way in, you all notice the shrine and statue of the original oracle as Elric knew of. The statue is made of gold, marble, and onyx. It is painted very vibrantly and surrounded by coins, like Geayl coins, other coins from different parts of history. It's just all types of treasures are surrounding this statue. You could argue it's the start of a dragon's hoard if you didn't know better. And once you're in the sanctuary, you see a podium maybe 10 feet above the ground, like with steps leading up to it. A woman dressed in tunic, robes, and a veil, sitting surrounded by incense and 4-poster beds. What are those things they have that surround the thing to like block off, like the net things?
Canopies?
Thank you. And a canopy that just so you can't see the person completely, you just see their outline and figure. The priestess bows before the oracle and says, "Oracle, I bring before you," and then looks to you all. This is where you would introduce yourselves.
Like, individually?
However you prefer. This is, your time.
I will go ahead and say my name.
Okay.
Same. No.
I'm assuming just everyone's going to one by one introduce themselves.
Yes, I think that's what we're going with.
They have come, and we graciously bring them before you, hoping you may guide them in anything they may need. And then she bows as she backs away towards the exit so that you will have your time with the oracle uninterrupted. The figure doesn't move or speak, though it is clear based on just looking up at her. She is paying attention to you and waiting patiently.
So what kind of question do we want to ask?
Just, how does this work? Do we go? Do you go?
I would say in this scenario, it is clear that you bring forth what you feel you need to know, and the oracle will try their best to give you the answers you seek. What that question could be is up to the person asking. It could be something as simple as, will Egamedes be the best chocobo to ever grace the golden saucer? Or will we ever find that schmuck Geayl before he disappears again? This is entirely up to you guys.
Do we get one question as a party then?
You can either do one as a party or you can do individual questions.
Okay, so we can still get individual questions even though we came in as a party.
Yes.
Okay.
But game the system.
That's to say. Like I said, this is one of those times where it's like they didn't tell you rules, so until something is placed on you, play with what you will.
Who wants to go first?
Who's the brave one to tempt fate?
Clark should go first. He's the religious one.
There you go.
I don't even know what to ask.
Whatever you would like.
That's exactly.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag?
Floating in the wind.
Run through the wind.
We're all just dust in the wind.
You talk first. I talk first. I don't.
We're leaves on the wind. Watch how I soar.
I'm still trying to think like what he would want to ask, so I need some time. Someone else wants to give that to me.
I remind you all that all of you do have personal quests. Well, most of you have personal quests, and this would be a good time to see if you guys can get any, like, easy, feedback, lore, nudges.
That's I'm trying to think. Do I want to ask about Geayl, his whereabouts, or possibly about the man he works for instead?
Ooh.
Technically, we're about to learn Geayl's whereabouts from Carmen, so
Yeah, hopefully.
hopefully.
Specific can we be?
What do you mean, how specific? Like
with our questions?
It's not.
Because
It's not a monkey paw scenario. So you don't have to worry about like, oh, I'm gonna fuck around with you and be like, oh, will I do this? Yes. Next. It's not like one of those. I would say it's more.
Does it need to be about the future?
It could be the present. It could be anything that you feel you need guidance in. I will say phrase it enough where you think you'd ever have to deal with a genie, where it's like, no, they won't fuck me over on the wording, but I need to make sure it's phrased where I won't have follow-ups when they answer.
Oh god, everything I'm trying to figure out how to phrase is not working.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want, be as broad as you want, but be aware you get the one question kind of thing.
Okay, I got it, I guess.
Okay. When you're ready, you can step forward.
All right, then Elric's going to step forward and say, there's a man who had wronged my family in a horrible way. His fate, would his fate be left to mercy? Would that be the right path to take, or would
This
vengeance
is me.
be
This is me
just?
asking, not the Oracle. Are you asking
About the big guy?
Yeah, no, but are you asking like, should you let it go or should you pursue him?
Yeah, but
Okay.
well, no, like should I? I'm gonna pursue him either way, but should I basically like, should I just let anger take hold?
You're pretty much asking,
Or
should
I actually like?
You're doing the vengeance or
mercy?
justice question.
Yes.
Okay.
Paladin are you going to be?
For what?
What kind of paladin are you going to be?
Yeah.
Versus vengeance?
Yeah.
Okay. As you talk, the Oracle like follows like your presence around as you speak and goes, "The man you seek sought my eyes once, only to discover that what he wished he wasn't able to take with him. It instead led him to discover alliances that could tear this world apart. You would be wise to think of others when you decide his fate."
Okay.
Obviously, I can't do it, but when she speaks, there is like an echoey effect in the room. Unfortunately, I can't make my voice echo like, one of those mystic people. Sorry.
Make voice mod.
No, I mean like almost like there's multiple voices in her throat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
What about Moxio? I feel like Moxio would be a question.
Moxio is a question.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like he could come up with a good one for the Oracle.
Not so far.
Yeah, I am having a very hard time.
Ooh.
Aside from, what information do I need to know most right now?
Is that what you'd like to ask?
I'm leaning towards it.
Okay. Well, if that's what you want to go with, just let me know so I can, count that as your question.
Okay, I think I've got it.
Okay, let's go with you then. Well, Moxio, him is an Oz.
I'm going to ask, how do I help my brother?
There's a pause for a minute. You can see her face turned from you to Hyacinth, then back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Follow the wake of those you seek and those who seek the orb. Your brothers are trapped within their world.
Okay.
Do you need off-table clarification, or are you good?
No, I get it. I'm just
Okay, no, just the way you were pausing, I'm like, okay, do I need to repeat that?
I was typing.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if that was I'm gonna fucking strangle the GM because he's making this more mystic than he needs to be.
No, we'll strangle you for a different reason.
That's a given. How's DFA been seeing this? I wonder what DFA's reaction would be to seeing an oracle.
So far, she's acting as if this is the most normal thing in the world.
Given everything so far, this probably isn't that out of the realm of normal. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. Does DFA have a question for the Oracle?
Yes, she does.
Oh god, this is going to be a bad thing. I can already feel it. Go on.
She would like to know if she can have 20 Geayl.
The question surprises the Oracle. I'm sure it surprises everyone else in the room too. The answer is going to be said in a tone that's very, like, shrewd to see if DFA catches the hints. While I cannot promise you 20 Geayl, I know that dragons call to you. If you answer a draconic call, you will find more than you could ever ask for. I suggest you start that by taking that which is right in front of you.
Well, unless it's 20 Geayl, I'm not really interested. And she's gonna turn around and go focus on something else.
Out of just curiosity, do you look directly in front of you when she says that, or no?
I assume that she's directly in front of me, but yeah.
Right, but like, again, she's on a podium right in front, like eye level with you guys, resting on a, like, best way to describe, like, a weapons stand is a scepter, and it just sits there. That is all that is in front of you if you were trying to be taking her literally.
I'll grab it.
Are you gonna be, like, just snatch, or are you gonna try sleight of handing?
No, I'm just gonna snatch it.
Okay. As you grab it, all of you hear the sound of people drawing weapons, but immediately the Oracle raises a hand and the Guardians step back into the shadows around the room, and she allows you to take the scepter. Not what I expected.
She's just gonna kind of like trot up to Moxio and hold it up in front and go, "Look what I got."
Oh my god.
Moxio's just kind of looking around. Kind of assumed this was our private special time.
It is private, but there is still security around the room. They aren't actively, like, eavesdropping on you, but they are watching to make sure no one goes too close to the Oracle. And DFA stepping forward closer than the rest of you was like okay, what the fuck is this little Moogle doing? But then the Oracle was like, no, it's fine. They step back.
Almost died.
So all that's left is Hyacinth and Moxio if they have questions.
Hyacinth will, upon seeing that, we're not all gonna get murked because DFA touched things.
Not yet. The day is still young.
The day is still young. Hyacinth is going to just kind of think on it, because the question they were going to ask was already kind of answered with Corey's question.
That gives you an opportunity technically to follow up. You could be
This
would be a time for you to cheat the system.
Yeah. Cheat the system. Got a freebie.
Hyacinth's ears kind of twitch a little bit. It's very much their thinking face. And you see kind of concern come over their features. And they look back up to the figure of the oracle and they just ask, are both of our brothers in the same place then?
There's a little bit of a pause, but then a siblings threads pull together over time. When one reunites, so will the other two. Until then, brothers will know each other, unaware that their other siblings know each other. You can tell by her wording she's trying to not give you the answer directly, but she's trying to give you some form of an answer.
Hyacinth will go back and stand by Corey.
And
kind of just
for those who
questioning
don't know, Corey has become very withdrawn, obviously contemplative of the answer they were given, which for all of you is becoming very common whenever the brother information is dropped to say, Corey's gone into think mode. All that left is Mogzio, if he has a question at all.
Well, I have a joke question, and I have a maybe kind of sort of serious question.
Oh boy.
I'm leaning so hard towards the joke question, but
Fuck off, do the serious one.
I was gonna say DFA did a joke one and kind of got like a relatively mystic object out of it. So
you fucking hack! Don't take my joke idea.
As if you were the only one thinking about a joke.
DFA is clearly the trendsetter in this party. No, you can do one question per day, so you can always come back the next day and ask another question.
Just like all the tension is like focused on Mogzio, and he's like, "What number am I thinking of?"
And that's when DFA just kills Mogzio with the scepter. Just like
I just get clubbed over the head with a scepter.
That's exactly what's about to happen.
DFA's cocking him like a shotgun.
Okay, in that case, he'll probably ask, so hard. Yeah, whatever. He'll ask, are there answers along this road?
Unlike before, where the Oracle remained very stationary, for your question, she gets up and leaves from behind her canopy, descending very close to you and kneels so that you two are eye level, and says in a very assured voice, answers about your past can only be answered by your future. Follow the path the orb sends you on. When you come to the right decision, all will be revealed to you once again. You only need to be patient.
I'll just kind of stare.
Like unnerved stare, or just like, oh, fine, we're gonna have a staring contest.
I'll be like, am I in your way?
You actually get a laugh out of her and goes, "While normally we only allow one question, I'll allow that one. No, I hopefully am not in your..."
Okay.
She bows her head and starts to climb back up to her spot. Before sitting back down, she looks to you all and says, "I hope that I was as helpful as you needed." Then looks back to you, Moxio. "I hope that when we see each other again one day, you'll remember everything that you seek."
Me too.
She bows her head. The priestess comes forward and goes, "Well, that was quite different. I guess I will show you all out now." She eyes DFA suspiciously because the Oracle lets you take the scepter, and simply asks what your plan is to do with it.
Well, I was thinking that once I settled down, it would make a really nice accent piece in my room. I thought maybe I would put it up on the wall or something, but it's still new and I'm still workshopping ideas. We'll see where it goes.
The color of the priestess's face just vanishes. You can tell she's looking at you like, I can't tell if they're joking or serious, and I don't know if that's good or bad. Though they do confess, you're the first person who has touched that without being harmed.
Ugh. And she's gonna like gracelessly shove it into the bag of holding.
That was what I kind of expected. The priestess gestures her arm towards the exit and says, "If you'll follow me, we'll bring you back outside. If you have any other need of the Oracle, you may return tomorrow, and we will set up a appointment to hopefully get you more answers or guidance. I do hope that your visit today was fruitful." And, as time for brevity's sake, once you leave the sanctuary, I'm going to presume you guys can just head back towards the tavern.
Correct.
Okay. On your way back to the tavern, I need all of you to do a quick perception.
Hey, net 20.
Ooh.
So 21.
Okay.
13, I
14.
think.
13.
Yeah, I think 13.
22. I think. Hold on.
And
I think it's 22.
DFA, you said 14?
Yeah.
Okay. Boogles, you two don't notice.
24.
24? Okay.
24.
Hyacinth, you and Elric noticed this. Why DFA and Moxio don't? I'll leave up to them. I mean, you walked out with a lot of stuff, I would say, mentally to deal with, minus DFA having a new toy. You two notice the hooded figure outside waiting, but as you all come out, turn and walk away. However, because of the time of day and everything, they are lost in a crowd. And
Yeah,
that
you
is where we will end the session.
You mentioned that hooded figure before, and I was like, that's suspicious. But then, like, that's off table. I can't do anything about it.
I get the feeling you had a Metal Gear Solid exclamation point moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, figured. But yeah, we'll end the session. You two noticing that person head into the crowd and disappearing. As you leave the temple, we will pick this up at the tavern or outside the temple, whichever, next time. I hope you guys had fun. And hey, we're one session into the Sanctuary of the Oracle, and not one crime has been committed. I'm proud of all of you.
Yet. Not one crime's being committed yet.
Again, I'm proud.
We almost got killed. I mean, that was something.
No, they would just they didn't know if DFA was going to kill the Oracle. That was fine.
It seemed like an immediately
trying to do
forgiven
that?
crime.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was forgiven. It was more of the Oracle's letting them leave. We'll see if they're going to keep an eye on you.
The priest is going to try to kill us.
Oh, without doubt.
DFA is
yeah.
gonna wake up to the priestess like, give me it back. Anyway.
Return the slab.
Oh god, if I did that, so much.
Constitution saving throw every morning for the rest of your life.
No.
What you don't know is the scepter's cursed and DFA is gonna just bear it like a champ.
DFA's gonna go bald.
Anyway, hope everyone had a good session tonight. Hope the audience enjoyed watching. I hope we'll be back next week with a full fuck deck.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will tell Bell what was missed. That way, if they want, they can have an off-table question asked and answered, and then we can skip that whole thing. Or we can do it next time when they're here. Who knows? Either way, thank you guys for playing tonight. Much appreciated. It was a very good remedy for a otherwise bleh week so far. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next time. Have a lovely time zone. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.